Hello Gators, I've had a few of you ask me for this video, so here I am to provide you with how to use the study guide. There are a couple different ways that you can do this. Mr. Bradshaw nor Mr. Graves are going to print this. You need to start keeping some way of keeping track of what you're reading so that you're able to reference it later. This is just information that we would like inside of your tracker, but you can have more than just this. So one thing that you could do is you can make a copy. That's by going up here to the top where it says share, and you can make a copy for yourself. You can also get a file, make a copy, but basically you want to be able to interact with this if you're going to be typing. Otherwise, you can do it on a sheet of notebook paper, and that's absolutely fine and might be preferable. All right, so I'm going to do this over the Hunger Games. So you're going to keep track of themes that appear inside of your Lit Circle book. So one of the things that is a theme inside of the Hunger Games is division and control. So I'm just going to put that right there. And you can do a full theme statement or just have a topic here for now, depending on what exactly your theme is. I'm just going to put a topic because it depends on which part of the chapter or which part of the novel that I am, what exactly the division of control is trying to teach or show. And then in these spaces to the right, I'm going to have just information. So chapter 1, this is the reaping. So that is divisive and controlling. I'm also going to put chapter 6 because that is the training center. So it's really easy to see the division between the districts. She talks about like ones that have more food than others, more resources, more abilities. Chapter 11 would be my next one. It's the start of the games. And as you can see, I'm already like running out of space. So that's why it might be a good idea for you to do this on notebook paper. However, if you just want to add space in your typing, you can go ahead and highlight, right click, and insert to the right, and that will add more columns to your page. If you don't like how it looks, so for example, let's say I did that like this, and it kind of just like squished everything. If that's not your cup of tea, you can go over here to file, and go to page setup and change the direction of your document. So now it's long ways, and it can do that for just a single page or for all the pages. All right, so there's themes, symbols, pretty much the same thing. We use the Mockingjay, and it first appears in chapter 3. And discussion of rebellion. Then again in chapter 16, and that is when it's the mockingbirds are used between her and Rue. Katniss and Rue. And then chapter 17 is Rue's death. So that's a pretty key moment for the Mockingjay and all of that. All right, next is characters. I'm going to go with Peeta because I feel like I talk about Katniss a lot. You want significant characters who make a difference in the protagonist's life or the hero's life. In this case, Peeta is a companion and an ally. So in chapter 2, we find out the debt that she has to Peeta. Debt for saving her life. And then chapter 4, Katniss decides that she doesn't want anything to do with him. It's like she wants to avoid him because she already is going to struggle to him. To keep her distance. Okay, so right here, it's really important for you to have like a chapter reference and a specific thing of what you're looking for in that chapter, so that you know what it is. like if you were maybe at the end of December going to be writing something with the lit circles and all you had were your notes that were here, you might want to have something that is pretty significant for you. Cause and effects or problem solutions, cause problem solutions. You just want to have like major moments. So I would have Katniss volunteering, tribute. That's chapter one. Um, Next, maybe cause and effect. I would have chapter two, Peeta saving Katniss's life. That's a pretty significant moment. Um, Flashbacks, chapter two, Peeta saving her life. Foreshadowing, chapter four, wanting to keep a distance. But she's not going to be able to. Um, Also, chapter 11, Katniss's worry for Peeta. Changes in setting. District 12 to the capital, to the game arena, to the cave, to I forget what his name is. Um, we can put the training center here. Basically, you're looking for like major points, but I'm trying to think of what guy's show. But it's basically the TV interview, and that's what I'll write for right now because I don't have the book in front of me. Changes in narration. So that would be like if we get someone else's perspective. Think about whenever we had the most dangerous game, and there was a paragraph that switched to General Zeroff's point of view, or if we hear from another character. Specifically for the Hunger Games, I cannot remember right now if there was any changes in narration. So I'm just going to put Katniss and have her point of view. It is limited to just her. It's first person. Um, so that's what I would have here. If I had someone else's voice or idea, if I had something like from President Snow or like a scene from another moment, then that would go here as well. So that I have that. All right. Then you can go over here to the side and you have links to all of the text for how to read literature like a professor. I would put Katniss, she's my quester, a place that she's going would be to the arena for the Hunger Games. Her reason for going, volunteering for her sister Prim, challenges and trials, the death of Rue, wanting to keep distance from Peeta, realizing that she wants to keep Peeta. Self knowledge, she really comes into her own at the end and realizes, even without meaning to, she can spark change. Is he serious? These are moments of irony. Like, we know something that the characters do not. Situational irony. The unexpected, anything that surprises you. So, the ending of the Hunger Games, where they say that there are two victors. What does this mean? The Capitol had to compromise. Um, so, two victors. Capitol compromising. Why does it matter? Katniss Peruse, who has power. It's her. She has the power. So that is a pretty big deal. Any examples of verbal irony, but you want to pick major moments that you can reference. Then marked for greatness. Who's marked for greatness? Katniss is marked for greatness. Peeta is marked for greatness. Haymitch is as well. You can tell me what their marking is and what its significance. And that's basically how you do this guide. make sure you do your notes.